you. I'm talking to you. I try to be patient with you.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7 of Kevin's Cereal Square. So, what are we reading today? Today we are, of course, reviewing Quaker oatmeal squares with a hint of cinnamon crunchy oat cereal. 10 grams of protein with milk. Isn't that incredible? This is the milk we got. We're almost out again. So, the book we'll be talking about today is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. If you excuse me for a second, I've got to let in my dog. So, let's get this cereal opened up. And here's the milk. Not too much, I do declare. That's the last of our milk. So, here's how little milk we have in our cereal. So hopefully it moistens up all our oats today. And with this rather small spoon, let's take our first bite of these Quaker Oats oatmeal squares. Who's feeling it? Well, at the first bite you can definitely taste the cinnamon. Not too strong, but definitely prominent. Gives a good flavor to a cereal that otherwise would be rather bland. So a good choice to add cinnamon. I'm sure they have a normal flavor without cinnamon. I'm not sure. The other flavors are brown sugar, honey nut, and golden maple. It doesn't say anywhere of a regular flavor, so maybe they don't have one. Who's to say? Let's see. Oh, what? It's a good flavor. It's not anything exciting. It's not sugary. It's not really too sweet. It tastes like well, as I'm letting it sit in my mouth more, it kind of tastes like oatmeal, which is why I call it oatmeal squares. So it's a good cereal. Now, on to this book. I'm not going to tell you what I think of the cereal in regards to a rating until I'm done reading this book. It's a little method to keep you watching and on the edge of your seat. Now, on to this book. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This is about a dystopian future in which everyone is genetically created from like a test tube or something like that. I'm not too clear on the specifics, but basically everyone is made in a lab. That's the gist. So, and there's different classes in this society. Of course, in the real world we have, lower, middle, and upper class. But in this society we have the alpha, beta, gamma, deltas, and epsilons. Epsilons being the lowest, and alphas.
Alta or alpha?
Alpha. Did I say alta? I meant alpha. The alpha, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and epsilon. Epsilons being the lowest and alphas being the highest, of course. And the alphas are happy being alphas and are glad they're not epsilons, and epsilons are happy they're epsilons and not alphas, and every which way around. And so, in this book, everyone is supposed to always be with another person, whether that's in a sexual way or just a friendship. You should always be having a chat, a conversation, or spending good time with another person. On the other hand, you're also not supposed to develop too closely of a relationship with that person, because if you do, then eventually they'll die and you'll be sad they died. But you can't be sad in a society, which is the whole point. Everyone's supposed to be happy. And if anyone has an inner struggle or a conflict or something bad going on in their life, they just take a drug called soma, and they're happy to live that way, and they have no problems, and everyone is just happy to be that way. But there's a character in this book named Bernard, who isn't very happy with the way life is, and he doesn't really want to take the drugs. and he kind of just wants to be isolated, and he thinks, God forbid he thinks. No one's really supposed to think or have any deep thoughts in this book, but this character, Bernard, does. Just a second. Where was I? Yes, Bernard. He's a bit of the, I would say, the odd one out.
Onions!
So yeah, he's there, and then his partner slash sexual partner slash friend, Lenina, is basically the other main character in this book. And one day he says, "Hey, want to go to a savage reservation?" And savage reservations are essentially little areas of our world that we know, reserved to still be the way we know it. This takes place, I think, 400 years from our future. So yeah, they eventually just say we should go to a savage reservation, and savages are basically you and I, the humans in our society. They're called savages, even though they're normal humans as we know them. So they go to a savage reservation and they meet this character named John, and they meet John's mother, and they're like, "Whoa, John has a mother? That's disgusting. Blah, I can't even fathom that. A mother." Because in their society, they don't have mothers. They're just born from a lab, and they don't have mothers. The thought of a mother disgusts them. The thought of a close personal love relationship, gag me with a spoon. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So they meet this character John, they learn all about the past, and then they go back to their modern day society, and everyone's just obsessed with John. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But then you realize, this society they live in, it's not an ideal society. It's a dystopia, not a utopia. There's definitely some problems with this society, and it's not a place you would want to live. On the surface, you're like, oh, that sounds pretty dope. But when you think about it, it's not a place you would want to live. So, it's a great book. When I picked it up, I didn't realize it was written in the 1930s. I just thought it was like a book that was probably written like 20 years ago or something. It sounded really interesting when I heard about it. So, and I found out it was written in the 30s, and it's actually a book most students read their senior year of high school, either that or 1984 by George Orwell. So I didn't realize that when I picked it up, and I read it a little bit, and I was like, this doesn't make much sense. And I realized it was written in the 1930s. So this book is a bit difficult to understand. I would not have been able to make it through it without handy-dandy Spark Notes, so if you're going to read this, I recommend looking up a summary online, or unless you're just really smart, you'll know what's going on, but I definitely recommend having a guide to help you along the way, because I would have been lost completely without Spark Notes for this book. I'd give this book a 5 out of 5. It's a brilliant book, but it is hard to understand. That's not a flaw of the book, though. It's just written almost 100 years ago, so it's hard to really understand the vocabulary and the way the author writes this book, because it's a different style. It was 100 years old, and that's not the author's fault. It was just simply a different time. If I was born and living in the 1930s, I would have been like, oh, I understand this, but I wasn't. So that's that. Yeah, it's 5 out of 5 stars. Great book. Now, as for the cereal, it's a bit of a bland cereal, but with a little kick. A little bit of yummy flavor.
Almost like a hint of cinnamon.
Yeah, it's almost like a hint of cinnamon. I think. Well, I want to give it a 3 out of 5, but the
Thin Mints?
Thin Mints are worse than these.
Give it a 3.1.
Okay, I'm gonna give this cereal, oatmeal squares with a hint of cinnamon, crunchy oat cereal by Quaker. 3.1 out of 5 cereal squares. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend this. There's better cereals, fruity pebbles, cinnamon toast crunch, but if you're looking for a healthy cereal, you're trying to cut back. This is a little New Year's resolution. If you're looking for a more of a healthy cereal as opposed to some fruity loops, fruity pebbles, Fruit Loops, cinnamon toast crunch, I don't know, like Lucky Charms, whatever, Cookie Crisp. Definitely this is the way to go. It's just a healthy cereal, but it's not like blah. I mean, I don't think there's really any cereals that I've ever had that makes me go blah. But this is definitely a good cereal to pick up. I'm trying to be healthy, but really, I'd eat this. If it was like, it was the only thing in my pantry, I'd be like, oh sure, I'm hungry, I'll eat this. And I thoroughly enjoy this delicious meal. I won't call it delicious. I thoroughly enjoy this
3.1 out of 5
I
meal.
thoroughly enjoy this good meal. So thank you for watching. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter. We shall come back next Sunday when we review something else. I don't know what yet. And we'll review a new book too. So other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Harry Potter readings. Check out Zach's Untitled Show. Check out the Washing My Car video if you haven't already seen it. It's a great one. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in next week's Cereal Square.